Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. This is Skylar the Writer, and this is where I talk about my life as a writer. And if you have watched my channel before, you will clock immediately that I have moved. Yay! I'm so excited. This needed to happen. If you watched my last video, I believe I sort of joked about becoming a trad son and moving in with my grandparents. And in fact, that is exactly what I have done, and it was an arduous process. But I'm here, as you can see. And this is my new writing nook in the basement. And I'm very excited to be here because while I was in the process of moving, I had what I can only describe as the greatest creative breakthrough, certainly in years that I've had, possibly in my life. The fantasy novel that has been in my head in one form or another for close to 10 years now suddenly came into extremely sharp focus, and I was able to flesh out exactly who these characters were, what their dynamic was. I really sat through and thought, okay, here are some characters that I had considered and that I've lived with for 10 years, but they don't work in this, or I need to retool them, and letting go of my original conception and really synthesizing various aspects of my personality and my interests and my expertise into coherent world building helped, like I said, bring everything into very sharp focus. And suddenly I know exactly what I'm writing. I know exactly who I'm writing it for. I know exactly what I want to say. I know who my characters are. And I know the overall arc of the story that I want to tell and how I want to tell it. And it's incredibly, incredibly exciting. It's frustrating right now because if you've been watching my videos, you know, it's been a rough year. Fought cancer, had 33 rounds of radiation, some chemotherapy. So I'm physically exhausted, and that radiation really, apparently that's going to keep me kind of tired for a long, long time. It can take some people 18 months to recover their energy. So I had that, lost my jobs. Writing has not been going the way that I wanted it to. Certainly the political writing that I'm known for. We're in a very different time, and I don't think there's a demand for my voice the way that there used to be, if I'm being honest. I could be wrong, but I'm okay with not finding out because I really want to work on my fiction and pivot towards more creative nonfiction and less political analysis and political opinion writing. I've said this before, but I don't know that I've contributed much good to the world by doing that, or at least not as much as I would have hoped to contribute. I certainly know my writing has responded to people. A story I enjoy telling is I was in a master's class, a graduate level class, with another classmate who I got along with famously from pretty early on. We just formed a fast friendship, but it was weeks into the semester before she realized she'd been wondering, where have I heard this name before? Where have I heard Skylar Baker Jordan? And then she realized she had years before read a piece that I wrote that made her feel seen, and that really helped her. And so that's my nice reminder that the work that I have done has really helped people, but it's not the work I feel called to do anymore. So my writing is going to pivot. I make no promises about how often I'm going to upload videos here. I'm going to try and do it once a week at least, but other things are going to take priorities. I was offered a writing job that paid really well, but it wasn't in journalism or anything. It was in an emerging field, and I'll just leave it at that because the project was paused before I even got to start, so I didn't actually start the job. But I am kind of applying for other similar jobs in that will allow me to do remote work that is creative and that is focused on writing and uses my skills, but that isn't as public facing as political journalism, and that isn't as emotionally taxing as political opinion writing has been over especially the last few years. It's been rough. So I'm giving myself a little bit of space to breathe. I've been working on my novel a little this week, mostly just outlining and getting ready to actually write a rough draft. I'm a little, my energy levels are still recovering from the move. It's been an extremely stressful month, as you can imagine, trying to get out of my apartment, trying to uproot my life and move hundreds of miles away, saying goodbye to people who I really, really love, who I'm going to miss, one person in particular. Yeah, I just need some space to breathe, but I'm also very excited and I'm ready to get to writing this. So things are good and the move is over, which means I'm here. So I'm real excited. I am looking forward to bringing you all along on this journey with me and us learning together as we grow in our craft, as we grow in our art, and it's going to be fun. I think 2026 could be a really, really good year. Knock on wood. I said the same thing at the start of 2025, and here I am. But as far as videos go, I do, I think I said this, but if not, I meant to say it. I don't have my mic. I don't have the lighting. Those things are in storage right now. I will get them out eventually. It's not a priority, so the audio on this I know is shit. But I did want to just come up onto YouTube and update y'all on what's going on with me. So I am going to get to work. And you should get to work as well. Because it's not going to write itself.